The South African Democratic Teachers Union is opposing the broad rewrite of leaked matric exam papers. Minister of Basic Education Angie Motshekga announced that leaked maths and physical science papers would be rewritten. But SADTU says this is unfair. So for more on this, I'm joined now by SADTU spokesperson Nomusa Qembi. Nomusa, thanks a lot for joining us this evening. Will you be going ahead to file a court interdict for the reversal of this decision by the Basic Education Department for a rewrite?
Yes, we are going ahead with our decision. We are going to be filing an urgent court interdict on Monday.
And, you know, during the consultation process that you had, even with Umalusi, what was understood is that there was a general consensus. Just take us through exactly what that consensus is, because later on you argue by saying that even though you had a general consensus, Umalusi went ahead then and made its own decisions afterwards.
Yes, we had a general consensus as unions and with the Department of Basic Education, but Umalusi is the one who differed with the unions and the Department of Basic Education.
So what was that general consensus then?
It was general because all the unions were in unison, including the department. So it's only Umalusi who differed with us, but at the end, the department decided to follow Umalusi's advice.
Okay, and that was the advice to actually go ahead with the rewrite?
Yes.
All right. Now, you argue that there is no merit for a rewrite, but we also understand that the papers were leaked via WhatsApp, and we know that we have no way of tracking just how far the internet goes and how many young people were actually affected by this leak. So then how do you say that there's no merit for a rewrite when the internet has got no control?
As far as the investigation has gone, the investigation has so far revealed that only 200 learners or 195 learners out of the 390 learners had access to the paper. So because of what the initial investigation has showed us, we feel there is no basis for a rewrite because the number of learners who are said to have accessed the paper is too little.
Okay, but on the other hand of it, there was also an admittance by the Basic Education Department that unfortunately, because of the fact and the nature in which this exam paper was leaked, or both of the examination papers were leaked, and with the photographs being taken and then sent via WhatsApp, with the number of provinces that have been affected, then it means that as much as you can say the number, unfortunately, you cannot conclusively dictate that these are indeed the number of learners that were affected, that indeed it could be more just simply because of the nature in which this exam was spread. Do we agree on that one?
There is also no conclusive evidence that this paper was widespread. According to the regulations for the examinations, for rewrite of examinations, there must be conclusive evidence. So there is no it's all hearsay. There is no conclusive evidence.
Yeah, but then we can agree, you and I, Nomusa, that you cannot control the internet, right?
Yes, you cannot control the internet, but investigations have been done, and the investigations so far reveal that a small number of learners have access to this. So there's no conclusive evidence. Another evidence that that is done whenever there are such cases, it happens when the marking process starts. They allow the marking process to, and as the markers mark, they can then tell that indeed there was coping. So that process has not even begun, and then the department is going ahead and is taking this decision. So there is really no conclusive evidence because not all the processes have been exhausted to investigate that indeed this was widespread.
So then are you concerned that this will mean overtime for teachers?
Not only the overtime for teachers, but we are mostly concerned with the learners. We know that this year was quite a difficult one, and for learners to be allowed to have to rewrite again, can you imagine what that does to their anxiety levels? We know that these papers are quite hard papers, and it's going to cause, even though they have written, it doesn't mean that they can write. It will take a learner with a lot of resilience to go back again and sit and write the paper and do better.
No, I mean, we'll leave it there for this evening. SADTU spokesperson saying that they're indeed going ahead on Monday to file that court interdict to have the reversal of that decision to go ahead with the matric paper rewrite. Well, coming up in your